Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel and the 12 Days of Creative Christmas. This is Carissa and my channel is Inky Fairy Designs. Today is day 9 and we're going to be watercoloring this adorable stamp from Art Impressions. I've lost the stamp cover, so I'm just showing you I already stamped it and I'm getting ready to watercolor. Of course, since I'm watercoloring a couple or humans, I pulled out my Jane Davenport watercolors because you guys know, if you've watched any of my past videos, that I love the skin tones in this set. It's actually from her neutrals set. If you're looking for it, that's where you'll find these skin tone colors, and I have it linked in the description box below. But I love the teal tin, so I kind of combined some of the favorite neutrals that I like with some of the favorite brights colors in the Jane Davenport collection. So all of these are from Jane Davenport, just not all from the same tin. So I start by coloring the skin tone, and this is just what I normally do, and I'm doing a wet on dry for most of this image. I find that when I'm coloring images, I like this technique because it gives me a little bit more control, and we all like that control when we're coloring stamped images, at least I do, but I can still keep it very loose and kind of whimsical or painterly or illustrated with this technique as well. You'll see that I leave lots of white space, and I go in and I deepen up the shadows a little bit, and I realize as I move on to other parts of the image that I missed a few of the skin areas, but I go back and fix those, so you'll see that. I'm going to go ahead and do their cheeks rosy. I like to pick out a pink or a red and mix it into the skin tone that I already have on my palette, and that just makes it blend a little bit better. It just makes it look a little bit more natural, although I do go really pink rosy on Mrs. Claus because she's just so smitten that Santa has the mistletoe over them, and they're all tangled in those lights, and looks like they're just having such a cute time. I love this stamp. I have had it. I was talking to my husband the other day when I was telling him about the stamp that I was coloring for you guys, and I said I think I've had it for 2 years, because I know last year, having the baby, I didn't buy any Christmas stamps, and then so it had to have come from 2 years. So this is at least 2 years old, and this is the first time I've colored it. So I wanted to have it on Saturday up for you, but I kind of got sucked into my Hallmark movie watching on that day, and I didn't get around to editing this. I don't know if any of you guys are out there watching the Hallmark movies. I know they're super cheesy and not, it's kind of, some people, you either love them or you hate them. So you guys can tell me in the comments below which camp you're in with the Hallmark Christmas movies. I love them. I can't get enough of them. Every night when my kids and my hubby go to bed, I will put one on, and it doesn't matter if I've seen it before. I try to catch the new ones first, but really, it doesn't really matter if I've seen it before or not. I will definitely watch it again. But yeah, so that was kind of where my Saturday went, and then Sunday was busy with other things, kind of trying to get my Christmas shopping done. I am still not entirely done, but we're getting there. So I am pulling out my my Daniel Smith, that's what they're called, Daniel Smith watercolors for the rest of the image. So, and I kind of know what colors I used. I think for the beard and her hair, I used a combination of like the neutral tint and the indigo. I really like those for kind of this type of white shading. And you see I'll add some color there, and it'll get a little bit too dark, and I will just blot it off with my paper towel. So it's a great way to keep it really light. When you're coloring kind of white hair or gray hair, you can add some color and then just blot it off with your paper towel. Here, yeah, I was like, oh, here's another part of his Santa suit or his Santa PJs. I'm not exactly sure. But yeah, it's funny. I love these images, and I don't color them as much as I should. I have a few in my stash. What I love to do normally is I like to look at their packaging and kind of color it similarly to that. But we had a big mishap with this packaging. I left my coffee on my table on my craft desk, and went away and came back, and I was like, where is that coffee smell coming from? And I saw my empty coffee cup, and then I saw this stamp, and it was in the packaging still, and you could tell that like the coffee had spilled on it, but it like seeped into that plastic packaging, and so the entire image of the stamp was totally ruined, and it just smelled like coffee, and it not the good coffee, like the old stinky coffee that's been sitting around for a while. And so I had to throw that away, and even the stamp kind of smells still like coffee but it still stamps fine, so that's good for me. So this was kind of me just coloring it how I wanted to. I didn't have a reference for it, and that's why I missed bits and pieces here, because that's another thing that I like to look at those packagings for, is to like see, oh, okay, this is part of her dress, or this is part of the apron, or you know, oh, this is a skin hand in, you know, around here. But so when that happens, as you continue coloring, you kind of realize the bits and pieces. If you've missed them, you will catch them and get them in the next round. So I kept it very simple. I knew I wanted to do red and green, very classic Christmas colors. And I have these two red and greens that I love in my Daniel Smith watercolor palette. I think the one is like a coral. I'm not sure of the exact name, but it's a coral red, and then the other one is like a verde green, and they just play really nicely together. And then I brought in that I think it's not the indigo, but the tint, the neutral tint, and I brought that in and added some shading on the red parts and in the hair, and even on the green areas. I think I used that same color and just try to deepen up the shadows there. I really wasn't sure what I was doing with the Christmas lights yet at this point. Normally I was thinking about different colored lights, but since we have so much color on the stamped image itself, I went with yellow. And I'm just now realizing that I didn't film that for you guys. I'm so sorry. I thought I had that on, but I didn't. But I just mixed up the quinacridone gold with a little bit of a shimmer color. It's the same color I'm doing here for the background, actually. And so it has a little bit of a shimmer to it, and it's that beautiful quinacridone gold color, and I just love it. It just is so bright and kind of makes this image super happy, and gave it that final touch. So I really love how this image turned out, and even more than that, I'm so happy that I finally colored it after 2 years. So I dried it off. I added the sentiment that came with the stamp set, Twinkle and a Tangle, because it's so cute and they are adorable. I popped it up on some pattern paper from the Echo Park Celebrate Christmas collection, and it's very, very simple. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed day 9 of the Creative Christmas 12 Days of Creative Christmas series, and we are going to get done this week, I hope. I am trying so hard, and it's been fun though for me, guys, just to be able to do all these Christmas projects, and your comments make me smile. I appreciate it so much. If you did like this video, please give me a thumbs up. That helps me so much, and I will be back tomorrow for another 12 Days of Christmas video. Until then, stay inspired, be creative, and share that with others. Bye.